Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a fairly balanced rack, and apart from the two U's, it looks pretty good. I have Haunt for 24. I'd like to keep UN rather than UR. Is there a way to do that? Roth. No. I'm going with this. Okay, I draw a fairly good rack here. I've got the Q and the U. I have Queasia through an S or an E. That's not going to happen. I've got Antica or Quainter or Reacquaint. No, I don't have Reacquaint. Taquaria for 101. Just want to have a look at plays ending in T, because I just wonder if the Q can be placed on this double letter. I have Aquarin onto the N, and Antica through it, but Taquaria looks fine. Okay, I draw a pretty good rack. I have framed plus an E. Framed, reframed. I wonder if that'll stay available. Reframed. Well, that doesn't get doubled. So that's only 69. That's 80. So I'll be going with that one. Scuppered. So that spot has gone. Does that N assist, I wonder? I have the men and man freedman. Is that free? It's freeman, not... Yeah, freedman is good as well, yeah. Freedman. I draw pretty well again. Detonate through a T. Anything through the D or the M. I'll like the ATE ending. Denotate. The M definitely looks like it assists the rack. Okay, opponent plays Jeet. I mean, just a play of foe leaves a pretty strong rack. Or maybe Fiod. There are 2 Ds to come. That's not a bad rack. 24. Is there definitely no bingo? The R looks like it. It certainly does look like it helps this rack. Erodent plus an A. Endostia through an S. But what does it make with an R? Reatoned. No. Real tone. Tear down. Oh no. I'm not seeing an 8 with the R, but I feel there is one. I'm going with Fiod because it balances the rack pretty well. Not a great draw there, but wantable. Is that a thing? No. Okay, opponent has exchanged. I have a nice law play here if I can't find a bingo. Actually, Lord even better for 39. Let's have one last look. Not seeing it. I'm going with Lord. That's a pretty decent pickup. External. Okay, nice bingo. Amritas. Is there a 4-timer? Now, Trentals is good, but that's not a 4-timer. Trentals. What about Starland? No. It can start 2 squares above the T to reach the 4-timer. So what have I got? Lanterns. Lanterns. Slattern. But that starts too high up. Rat. ST, Strantle, Startlands. No, not seeing a four-timer. I'm going with A sternal. I draw a pretty balanced track, but certainly not bingo. Actually, it's almost openable. Openable. If the I was an E, I'd have openable through the A, but that's not to be. I have the bio prefix, so bio, no, not seeing it. Do I have a compound word? So pinboil, no good. Pinboil, pan fried, no, not pan boiled. Right, what to do about the board? Okay, opponent scores fairly well there. Mac 20. I've got Ben here for 28. What are the other options? Just BI for 26. Bioplane. That does not look bioplane, no. I think I'll go with bin here for 28. That looks okay. Okay, I've got a balanced rack here and not quite leprosy. I have the poly component of a word. Poly is polyeyes. And the PSY prefix. Psyo, not seeing it. How am I doing for time? I've got 4 minutes, so quite low. Probably do need to get a move on. Pioi, that seems to score. Pioi for 35. Oh no, it needs another E at the end, I think. Or is it P-E-E-O-Y? Yeah, that one's always a bit tricky to remember. So what do I do here? I have ploy on my rack. What do I do? Yep, I'm going with ploy. It obstructs the S, which is a useful floater. And since I have a lead, I think that's the right thing to do, to try control the board and shut down bingo lanes. Okay, opponent scores well with a Z, 43. Cognize, no. Not seeing a great play there. What about S? Goes. Jag, cog. I've got an S, so I might go with cog. There's only one S to come, so hopefully opponent hasn't picked it up yet. Dehisc. No, that's Dehisc, I think. Anyway, hexes doesn't quite reach. Exide, I've got sext. D6 is better because it gets the D doubled. Okay, not a great pickup. I have high oi, which plays down there. Opponent playing fast now. I might just play hoi here. I think he realizes I'm low on time, but that's no problem. Gook, I think, plays, although that might have been taken out as a racial slur. But let's see if it's still in. Otherwise, Gook plays under Mac, so we'll give that one a go and see what opponent does. He's got bags of time still. We'll see what happens. Any other K hotspots? No, not seeing any. So, could be close to a bingo there, opponent, with those tiles. I suppose if he doesn't have the V or the F or the U, they're pretty good. Apart from the lack of ease, he could have a word like straint. But where would it play, though? Transit. Yeah, not sure. He's got the U to start with, so okay, opponent takes that spot. I'll go with Gook here. That is fine. And I have the ING ending, so what have I got? Agin, but I'm not going to play Agin there. Maybe just Furor. Okay. I've got 1 minute 40. So I've got Annie. Yeah, that looks alright. And then I've got didn't actually spot a 2 play out. Atigi would have been my outplay. Okay, opponent goes out with T's. Just thank my opponent for the game. 537 to 319. Let's have a look at what we missed. It was me to go first, and Haunt looks fine. Unhurt was another option, getting rid of both U's, but Haunt scored most. Paving for 24 was best for opponent. Pavin, a similar score. Acquire for 110. Wow. And that played at C7. Oh, jaunt. I didn't even think of the front hook. Beautiful. AC, getting the Q doubled, the whole word doubled, and a 50-point bonus. Look at that, 110. Mind you, I scored quite well with Tequaria, 9 points fewer. But yeah, that was a little bit of a miss. Benj for 39 was best for opponent through the N, getting the J doubled twice. and Friedman for 66 was best. Veg for 26 is a shocking rack leave, but yeah. Opponent went with Jeet. No dated for 42. So there was no bingo. I was agonizing over that R because it just looked like it helped the rack tremendously, but no bingos, alas. I went with Fiod to balance, and then Tig for 26 with an awful rack. Opponent decided to exchange, not surprisingly. Lord for 39 was fine. Amritas for 69 was best, and opponent spotted that. Ratlins for 78. That's the one I was thinking of. I even said rat in my mind, but I just, because I know the word is good with, I think it's good with one T as well. So Ratlin's good with two T's. Asternal for 71, not far behind. Comus for 35 was opponent's best, but he went with Mac for 20. And then Bin for 28, but Bio for 33. Slightly better rack leave. F10. Perfect. Mib, Annie, Bio, and O. That was certainly the play that I was looking for there. And I did actually contemplate just BI. I don't know why I didn't look to just extend the word a bit further. Anyway, Bin was okay for 28. And actually that play did frustrate this E. So there was merit in that as well. That's a very useful floater, that E. Anyway, Aundy for 27. Opponent went with Die for 26. Weepily for 36. Ploy for 29. Not far behind. And Weepily there from the W. That would have been nice. Zonula for 70. Wow, where was that? N10. Getting the Z tripled. Zonula, a monster 70-point play. Would have given back some points to me, but you can't turn down 70 points. Especially when you're left with an S on your rack. So opponent did score well though, 43 with ZO, and then Go for 30 at N2 GOE because Ploy takes an E. That would have actually been quite nice, but then still an S to come, so that bingo lane would have been exposed. And as it stood, opponent, well, he had to end on these letters or start with an S or A. So, yeah, giving an S hook would have made it extra easy for opponent to bingo. I didn't want to do that. Having said that, I did take the risk that opponent didn't have the S by playing cog, because I did have an S on my rack. Opponent did have the S at this stage, unsolved for 28, but he decided to go for gold, as it were, and maybe bingo on his next turn. DXs for 73. Now, I knew there was a word like this, and because I grouped it together with de-ices, which is good with a C, and I remember thinking, you can switch the C for an X, so DXs, it is a word that I have come across. And the X would have got doubled and the whole word tripled, making SCOG. So a whopping 73 points. That one was missed. But D6 was 52, so that was pretty good. And then Fur for 21 was best for opponent. He went with Zhu. And then a whole bunch of I's and O's to work with. So I went with Hoi for 21. What was best here? 27 Geo, yeah, not much better offers. Kiviot, nice, from the QI for opponent. And he went with Ven. Gook seemed best for 30. And then it's just endgame stuff. Furor, nice play by opponent. Through the O, getting the F tripled and the word doubled. And then Annie seemed 27. I could have got an extra 3 points for Tangy. That was at 2k up the top here. Oh, look at that. Tangy. Very nice. You don't often see that on the board. Tangy. T-A-N-G-I. I guess because they're so bingo-y, people generally hang on to them until they can get a bingo down. They don't usually play the 5-letter Tangy play. But that did score well. It's for 22 was best for opponent, and he went with Tis, and that was 18. So that was the end of the game. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.